Nobody expected Brazil to dominate Scotland like this. The Scottish players walked onto the pitch believing they could pull off one of the biggest surprises of the tournament. Their fans were confident, their coach had a plan, their players were ready for battle. But 90 minutes later, the scoreboard told a completely different story. Brazil didn't just win. They controlled the match from start to finish. 3 goals, countless chances, and a football masterclass that reminded the entire world why Brazil remains one of the greatest football nations in history. The Samba Boys looked faster, sharper, and more dangerous than ever before. And now, after this crushing victory, fans everywhere are asking the same question. Is Brazil becoming the team to beat at this World Cup? Stay with us because we're breaking down every major moment, every goal, and every key performance from Brazil's incredible 3-0 victory over Scotland. Before we dive in, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you love football, World Cup action, and detailed match breakdowns, you're in the right place. Also, let us know in the comments, can Brazil go all the way and win the World Cup? Now let's get into the action. The atmosphere inside the stadium was absolutely electric. Thousands of Brazilian supporters had transformed entire sections of the arena into a sea of yellow. Flags waved everywhere. Drums echoed around the stadium. Songs filled the air. On the opposite side, Scottish fans were equally passionate. They knew they were facing one of football's biggest giants, but they believed their team could produce something special. As the players lined up for the national anthems, the tension was obvious. This was more than just another group stage match. This was a test of ambition, a test of character, and a chance for both teams to make a statement. When the referee finally blew the whistle, Scotland started with surprising confidence. Rather than sitting back and defending deep, they pushed forward. They pressed aggressively. They challenged every ball. They refused to be intimidated. For the opening minutes, the strategy seemed to work. Brazil found themselves under pressure. Passes that normally looked effortless suddenly became difficult. Scotland's midfield battled fiercely. Every tackle was celebrated. Every interception brought cheers from the Scottish supporters. But there was one problem. Brazil remained calm, very calm. The South American giants never looked rattled. Instead of forcing attacks, they patiently waited for openings. They recycled possession. They switched play from one side of the pitch to the other. They slowly began pulling Scotland out of position. Minute by minute, the pressure started building. The Brazilian midfield was taking control. Every touch looked confident. Every pass seemed purposeful. Scotland were working hard just to keep up. Then came the first warning sign. A quick Brazilian move down the right wing created a dangerous chance. The cross flashed across the penalty area. The Scottish defense barely managed to clear it. Moments later, another attack followed. This time, a powerful shot forced a difficult save. The warning signs were becoming impossible to ignore. Brazil were getting closer, and then it happened. The breakthrough. The move started deep inside Brazil's own half. A series of crisp passes carried the ball through midfield. 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches. Everything happened at incredible speed. The Scottish defense suddenly found itself stretched. A perfectly timed through ball split the back line. The Brazilian attacker raced onto it. The goalkeeper rushed forward. The crowd rose to its feet. One calm finish later, the ball was in the back of the net. Goal Brazil. The stadium erupted. Brazilian fans exploded with joy. Players sprinted toward the corner flag. The bench celebrated wildly. The pressure had finally produced a reward. Brazil won, Scotland 0. Now, Scotland faced a difficult challenge. Their original game plan had been destroyed. They needed a response. To their credit, Scotland didn't give up. They continued fighting. They pushed more players forward. They looked for quick counterattacks. They tried long passes behind the Brazilian defense. For brief moments, it looked like they might create something dangerous. But Brazil's defense was outstanding. Every attack was dealt with professionally. Every dangerous ball was cleared. Every opportunity was quickly shut down. As the first half continued, Brazil grew stronger. The confidence flowing through the team became obvious. The passing became quicker. The movement became sharper. The attacks became more frequent. Scotland were now spending long periods chasing shadows. Then came another devastating moment. Brazil launched a beautiful attack involving multiple players. The ball moved from midfield to the wing, back into the center, then forward again. The Scottish defenders struggled to keep up. One clever pass opened a gap. A Brazilian attacker found space inside the box. Without hesitation, he fired a powerful shot toward goal. The goalkeeper got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. The ball crossed the line. Goal. Brazil. The Brazilian fans celebrated once again. The players embraced. The coaching staff applauded from the sidelines. Brazil had doubled their advantage. Scotland suddenly found themselves trailing 2-0. The challenge was becoming enormous. As halftime approached, Brazil looked completely in control. The Scottish players appeared frustrated, not because they lacked effort, but because they simply couldn't stop the wave of Brazilian attacks. When the referee blew for halftime, the statistics told the story. Brazil dominated possession. Brazil created more chances. Brazil looked like a team capable of winning the entire tournament. The second half began with Scotland desperately searching for a way back into the game. Their coach made adjustments. Fresh energy entered the match. The players pushed higher up the pitch. For a short period, Scotland enjoyed their best spell. They won free kicks. They earned corners. They forced Brazil's defenders into action. The Scottish supporters sensed an opportunity. One goal could completely change the momentum, but Brazil refused to panic. Experience began to show. Rather than forcing risky plays, they slowed the tempo. They controlled possession. They frustrated Scotland. Every minute that passed increased Scotland's desperation. And desperation often creates mistakes. That's exactly what happened. A misplaced Scottish pass allowed Brazil to regain possession. Within seconds, the ball was moving forward at lightning speed. A devastating counterattack was underway. Brazil's attackers surged through midfield. The Scottish defense scrambled to recover, but they were too late. The final pass was perfect. The attacker ran through on goal. The crowd held its breath. One touch, one shot, one finish. Goal. Brazil. 3-0. Game over. The stadium exploded once again. Brazilian supporters danced in celebration. The players smiled as they embraced each other. The bench rose to applaud another brilliant move. At that moment, everyone inside the stadium knew the result was settled. Scotland continued fighting until the final whistle. Their commitment could never be questioned. Their effort remained admirable, but Brazil had simply operated on another level. Every department of the team delivered. The defense was solid. The midfield was dominant. The attack was ruthless. Most importantly, Brazil played with confidence. The kind of confidence championship teams possess. When the referee finally ended the match, the scoreline read, Brazil 3, Scotland 0. a statement victory, a dominant performance, and perhaps the clearest sign yet that Brazil is becoming one of the tournament favorites. The rest of the football world is watching closely. Because when Brazil starts playing like this, history tells us something important. Trophies often follow. The question now is simple. Can anyone stop them? Or are we witnessing the beginning of another unforgettable Brazilian World Cup journey? If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss any football updates. And tell us in the comments, is Brazil the strongest team in the World Cup right now, or is another nation your favorite to lift the trophy? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.